Hare Krishna, everyone. Thank you all for joining today's Kartik reading call. So today's class will be given by Sandili Mataji on Vritrasura and Krishna's fight with, Lord Indra's fight with Vritrasura. So to introduce Mataji, Mataji joined ISKCON in October 2018, and she's a disciple of His Holiness Kadambakanan Swami Maharaj. She got initiated in April 2021 and second initiated in June 2022. Professionally, she works in IT for more than 20 years as an integration lead and has an IT consulting business and has a retail business of edible arrangements. And at our center, ISKCON Bergen, she's serving in many, many capacities with leading the cooking team, participating in festival planning, Bhakti Rickshaw hosting, and doing Bhagavad Gita classes in Hindi. So if everyone can unmute and just say a loud Hari Bol to welcome Mataji for today's class. So without further ado, Mataji, over to you. Mataji, we cannot hear you. You're muted.
Now, can you hear me? Haribo?
Mataji, we can hear you.
Yeah. So, Hare Krishna, everyone. I hear my echo. I don't know why. Hare Krishna, everyone. Thank you so much for joining. And first of all, I would like to thank you, Ramchandra Prabhu, and entire Bergen team for giving me this opportunity. I'm speaking just for my purification, no other purpose. Thank you so much. Today we are going to read the story from the Bhagavatam. The Indra fights with Vritrasura. Very good. So I would like to start with the prayer. Om Ajnanatimirandhyasya Jnananjala Salakaya Chaksurunnitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadanti Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Uttapada Kamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavascha Shri Rupam Sagrajatan Sagana Raghunathan Vitant Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitanscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Kaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Bhaevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Shri Gaur Bhaktarinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna. So today we are going to read from the Srimad Bhagavatam. Actually, this story is very well narrated into the Srimad Bhagavatam. I'll start with the Srimad Bhagavatam verse 6.1.16. Tata Surana Masure Rana Paramadarunya Treta Mukhe Narmadayam Bhavata Pratame Yuge. Translation by His Divine A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Thereafter, at the end of Satya Yuga and the beginning of Treta Yuga, the fierce battle took place between the demigods and the demons on the bank of Narmada. So, Mataji, Asta, we can go to next slide. Okay, so today's agenda is we are going to talk about this story. Lord Indra fights with the Vritrasura. Who was Vritrasura? Why God didn't kill him? Because we heard so many stories that God itself appeared to annihilate the miscreant and kill the demons. So why God didn't appear to kill the Vritrasura? There is a long story behind it. So we are going to cover that. And at the end, we are going to see what are the lessons we learned so far from this story. So we can go to next slide. The story, it's actually once upon a time, Indra was sitting on his palace, on his throne, next to Sachi Devi, his wife, and he was kind of, being so extremely proud, and because of the great appearances of the three words, transgress the law of the Vedic etiquette. He was surrounded by the Marutis, Vasus, Rudras, Adityas, Ashwini Kumaras, Siddhas, Charanas, and great saintly persons. Also, there were so many Apsaras and Gandharvas who were dancing and singing very sweetly with the musical instrument. And everybody was trying to just please the Indra because Indra was the head of the demigod. So they were giving the respect and services to Indra. And when all this was going on, Indra was just engrossed in that atmosphere. And during that time, his spiritual master, Brihaspati Swami, Rishi came, and he appeared in the assembly. But Brihaspati, who is the Brihaspati? He is the base sages of the um, arena. And he was the spiritual master of Indra and the demigods. And he was respected by both in the same way. So Indra saw his spiritual master, but he just, so much engrossed and he ignored the spiritual master. He didn't get up. He didn't pay the obeisances to his spiritual master, nor he rise from his seat, or none of his subordinates did any of this, which shows the respect or welcome for the spiritual master. He didn't do anything. Why? Because Indra was we know so many stories are there with the Indra. Then he was kind of had the all six bad qualities like Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Matsya and all. So he was so much engrossed and puffed up with his appearance, and he didn't realize that he made committed the big comment. So Brihaspati, who was the spiritual master of demigods, he knew everything. What will happen next? But he's seeing the Indra. He completely understood that the Indra was puffed up by his material appearances. Although the Brihaspati was so powerful, he could have cursed Indra right away and vanish everything, all power and everything. But he didn't do anything. Why? Because he was so merciful. He wanted to teach the lesson to Indra that this is not how you treat your spiritual master. You should respect, you pay obeisances, welcome him nicely. So he didn't do anything. But what he did, quietly, he just disappeared from the assembly. So after his Guru Maharaj disappeared, so he realized that what disrespectful behavior he did with his spiritual master. He condemned himself in the presence of all members of assembly. He cursed himself. Why would I do that? What a regrettable deed I have committed because of lack of intelligence, false ego, and my pride. So that's what Indra did. And what happened now? Next slide, please. So Indra realized that he did big mistake. I'm not reading the slides. Is that okay, right? I'm just explaining what I have. So therefore, some of the point I'll read, but some I'll add on. So with the great frankness without the duplicity, he said, Indra said, now I shall bow down my head, touch the lotus feet of my spiritual master, pay the obeisances, and try to satisfy Brihaspati, my Guru Maharaj, the spiritual master of demigod. Then what happened? While Indra was thinking about this, Brihaspati Rishi was so learned. He was the very powerful. So he understood his mind. Thus, what he did, he actually, when he left the Indra's palace, he went to his house. But as soon as he realized, he understood that Indra is not going to come and search for him. Then he had that power of, he can uh, disappear, he can vanish himself. So what he did, he just disappeared in the air. And what happened here, Indra was so furious and he wanted to look for the spiritual master. So he told his army, the entire his force, and said, now go and look for the Guru Maharaj. Started looking here and there, and but they couldn't find the Brihaspati. Then Indra thought, now my spiritual master has become dissatisfied with me, and now I have no means of achieving good fortune. Although Indra was surrounded by the demigod, he could not find peace of the mind. So here we are at end of this slide, we are going to cover that all material appearances doesn't give you the peace of mind. That's the one lesson I would note it down that we are going to discuss. Next slide. And I would pardon everyone because I have bad cough and cold, so my throat is so dry. So please forgive me for that. I'm so sorry. Now, you know that whenever we offend spiritual master or saintly person, there is a consequences. We have to be ready for that. And the consequences of this action was the hearing the pitiable condition of King Indra, the demons. Now what happened? When something happened with the king or some big personality, that news spread like a air. So everybody knew about this. This is what happened. And Indra disrespected his spiritual master. And Sukracharya knew about it. Then he came to know that this is what happened. And what he said, he equipped all his disciples, gathered them, and asked them to attack the demigods. So they declared the war against the demigods. And the demigod was so powerless because you know that whenever we commit any sin to the saintly person or Guru Maharaj, we lose our all powers and everything. And that's what happened with the demigods. And when demons attacked to Indra, Devas, what happened? Asura was absolutely following and respecting their spiritual master and obeying their instruction and following that and giving them respect and all. So they started gaining a lot of power and they become so powerful. So what happened when all Danavas attacked to demigods? Demigods was kind of defeating like anything. Their heads, thighs, arms, other parts of their bodies were injured by the sharp arrows of the demons. The demigods headed by Indra show the course, then immediately approached to Lord Brahma because they got so upset, they got so fearful that there is no chance we can survive. We are losing our all powers. We lost so many demigods so far. So when we don't have power, we are kind of drained out and we have no capacity to even stand. So we are going to, the demigods are going to, the demons are going to defeat us. So what they did, they decided to run to Brahma and they said, now only Brahma is going to save us. So they went to Brahma and Brahma saw them coming and Brahma smiled because he knew that why they are coming. Because Brahma is also Trikalgani, he know everything, why they are coming. And he smiled. But Brahma was so merciful. And then he received them with respect and gave them the proper asana and said, okay, what brought you here? What is that, I can do for you? And then demigods asked for their shelter and then, Brahma saw everybody was so injured and all. So he pacified them with the great causeless mercy. And Lord Brahma said, O best of the demigods, unfortunately, because of madness resulting from your material appearance, you fail to receive a spiritual master, Brihaspati. He is the best of the Brahmanas, who is aware of the Supreme Brahman and fully controlling the senses. So we are nothing to our spiritual master or exalted devotees. But the spiritual master or exalted devotees are so advanced that they have all their senses under control. And then they come to your, whenever they come to your assembly, even though, sometimes you see some sannyasis or some advanced devotees every day, that doesn't mean you ignore them. You have to give them the equal respect every time you see them. But therefore here Indra failed to do that. And then he said, this is very bad you have done. This is, it's astonishing, and you have acted impulsively towards him. Then Lord Brahma continues, he said, wanted to point out the demigods by the strength of Guru, one can become most powerful within this world. And by the displeasure of the Guru, one can also lose everything. He is confirmed by the son of song of the Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, right? There is a beautiful prayer we sing always, Yasya Prasade Bhagat Prasado. So by the mercy of the spiritual master, one is benedicted by the mercy of Krishna. Without the grace of the spiritual master, one cannot make any advancement. Although the demons are insignificant and in comparison to Lord Brahma, as I explained before, but because of the strength of their guru, they were so powerful that they could even seize the Brahma Loka from the Lord Brahma. And therefore, we always pray to our Guru, spiritual master, that Mukham karoti vachalam pangum langayate giri yat krupatam ham vande Shri Guru Nadarine. This is from the Madhya Lila 17.80. So by the mercy of the Guru, even the dumb man can become a greatest creator or operator, greatest warrior, and even the lame man can cross the mountain. As advised by Lord Brahma, one should remember this sastric injection in to desire success in their spiritual life. Now, what happened that, Lord Brahma advised demigods to get the new spiritual master, because without spiritual master, we are nothing. We cannot do anything. So demigods are, powerless without the spiritual master. So he humbly requested all the demigods to have the spiritual master. And then they was asked, who can be our spiritual master? So Lord Brahma advised them, go to the son of Twasta. Then ask him for the shelter. Then who was the son of Twasta? The Vishwarupa was the son of the Twasta. Okay, and then actually Vishwarupa was the from the both side, mother side they were demon, and the father side they were Brahminakal. So so according to Vedic reference, they call the Brahmana. So they can be a spiritual master. So and he was younger than the Devas. So he asked, okay, then all the demigods went to the Vishwarupa and asked for the shelter. And he said, we have been defeated by our enemies, and therefore we are very much agree with you. Please, merciful, fulfill our desire by revealing our distress through the strength of your austerity. Please fulfill our prayers. And when the demigods all requested to create Vishwarupa be their priest, Vishwarupa, who was advanced in austerity, was very pleased. Sri Vishwarupa said, O demigod, although the acceptance of priesthood is decried as cause of loss of previously acquired Brahminical qualities. We know that, right? When we take the initiation, we always know that, whatever sin we have done, that are going to, our Guru Maharaj is going to take it on his head, and our karma will be nullified. But if we do more, if we commit any more sins, that will be more burden on the spiritual master. So we all, as a Vaishnava, as a initiated devotees, uninitiated devotees, aspiring devotees, we have to make sure that we will not commit any more sins by any means, by words or by deed or by body. We should be very careful. And that's what happened with the devas. And then he said, I cannot take this position, but this is my privilege. I can, accept your request. You are the exalted commanders of the entire universe, and I am your disciple and must take many lessons from you. Therefore, I cannot refuse you. I must agree for my own benefit. So Vishwarupa said, this is not only in your benefit, this is in my benefit as well, because all the exalted devotees are always so merciful. They always think about others' benefit. And that's why he said that. And then he said, the true Brahmana who has no material possession maintains himself by possession of accepting the remittance of the household brahmanas who actually Ramchandra Prabhu one time explained, I just remember that from the marketplace, after everybody buys stuff and whatever the remnants left on the road, brahmana goes and collect that, and they use it for their the survival. So they don't possess any opulent or any money or anything. So they just there to give. Then he accepted his request, and then once he accepted that, what he did after making the promises to the demigod, the exalted Vishwarupa, surrounded by the demigods, performed the necessary priestly activities with great enthusiasm and attention. Vishwarupa, who was most powerful, composed, and protective and intelligent, he had composed the very beautiful prayer, which was, he was only knows, he got it from Twasta, and he memorized that, and he said, as a gift, I'm going to give it to you, or the Narayan Kavacha. Then he said, Indra, I'm going to give it to this Narayan Kavacha. So what was the Narayan Kavacha? Next slide, please. Okay. Then Indra, what happened is now again, with the Narayan Kavacha, Indra and all demigods felt so powerful, and they said, what? Now we are so powerful. We have power now. So Indra is very well known for all the bad qualities. Then he again got puffed up, and he said, go back to the next slide. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. So what happened? Then he accepted, and then they got again gained the power back. Then what happened? The Vishwarupa was always performing the yajna and chanting the mantras and all. And he said always he offered the obeisances to the demigods and for the demigods and for the, but he didn't for the demons as well. But Indra didn't know this. Why Vishwarupa was doing this? As I said before, Vishwarupa was demon as well, half demon, because his maternal side, his mom and all were demon. Diti, he was Diti's from the Diti's family. Then what he was doing, he was offering the obeisances on behalf of demons and devas. And well, after some time, Indra came to know this, that Vishwarupa is doing this. So here Indra is showing his bad quality of jealousy. He got jealous, insecure, and angry. And he said, how come my spiritual master Vishwarupa can do this? He cannot do the give the share, our austerity share to the demons. And then he got so afraid that we are going to kill by the demons. Then what he did, he cut off Vishwarupa's head Actually, in Shastra, I was reading, Vishwarupa had the 3 heads. One head was for the drinking the nectar, another was for drinking the wine, and third one was for eating the um, eating the food. Please forgive me if I am not, explaining correctly about this, but that's what I read, so correct me at that. So what happened? He did that. He killed the Vishwarupa. And then after he realized, oh my God, what a sin I have committed again out of anger. I have killed the Brahmana. Oh my God, I have to get I have to neutralize the reactions. I cannot kill the Brahmana. But Indra was not ready to take all the sin on his head. So what he did, instead of accepting the reaction, later he distributed this reaction among the land, water, trees, and women in general. So what happened? One fourth part of the sin, land got it. So Prithvi, what happened? Become dry and deserty. So wherever you see the desert, that is because of this sin. Indra passed it to the land. And then water. Water also become contaminated because we cannot drink all kind of water, especially when it have the bubbles in it. And it's explained in Shastra. I didn't understand much, but water also, some waters are contaminated. We cannot drink. And trees are also dried, and they lose their lusters, and they couldn't give any fruit and all. And women also got contaminated. So this is the Shastric reference I was reading, that what happened to women. Then we know that whenever a woman gets their period, they are away from everyone. They cannot touch anyone. They have to stay away from everyone. So that is the curse woman got by Indra's this deed. And so after Vishwarupa was killed, his father, Twasta, Aditi's son, came to know that what happened. Indra killed my son, and he performed that ceremony, yagna, to kill Indra. But by mistake, due to the mispronunciation of the mantra, he created the furious demon of the destruction named Vritrasura. So Vritrasura was the son of Twasta and Rachana, who was, I think, Rachana was from the, I think, Brahma side. I forgot that. So she was the one. And then the Vritrasura appeared. Now we'll go to next slide. So here is the description of Vrita, how he was. He was so tall, blackish, body with flaming tongue. He was giant, and he was kind of, planetary. He was, covered by all the planetary system by dint of austerity. Therefore, he was named Vrita, or one who covers everything. He appeared like a burnt hill and was the lustrous as a bright array of cloud in the evening. The hair on the demon's body and his beard and the mustache was the color of melted copper, and his eyes were piercing like a midday sun. He appeared unconquerable, as if he was holding the 3 words on his point of blazing a trident, dancing and shouting with a loud voice. And by his voice, everyone was so oh, it's already 9 o'clock. I am not done yet. Okay, fine. Then I'll skip this description. So basically, he was so furious, and he was so angry because Indra killed his brother Vishwarupa. So now question arises: Vritrasura was demon or Vaishnava? That we'll cover later. I don't know. I have time to do that, but we can move to the next slide. I didn't realize the time. I'm sorry about that. So what happened? By saying this, everybody, like, this gigantic, by seeing this gigantic form, everybody was so scared and furious, and they ran to Lord Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Krishna, and they prayed. I'm going to skip all this prayer, but they prayed to Lord and said, please save us from this havoc. We are like, we have no position, no power. We cannot do anything. This demon is going to kill us. The Lord is so merciful, and he said, okay, fine. I'm going to give you the one advice, that you have to go to find a new spiritual master. And then the personality of God had said, okay, now you have to go and approach the Dadiji, the son of Atharva. He has become very accomplished and knowledge, and he is very austere. Go to him and ask for his body. Imagine if somebody comes to you and asks for your body, you will not be ready to do that. So that's what happened with Dadiji. He was not like afraid of giving his body, but he wanted to make sure that he is giving it for the right cause. They was have the right intention to do it. And after the Deva's prayer, he said, okay, fine, I'm satisfied with your prayer. I'm ready to give your body. And then what he said, now once I'll leave my body, you, with the help of Vishwakarma, you have to prepare the weapon called Thunderbolt, and with the Thunderbolt you can kill the Vritrasura. So that's what happened, and I'm going to cut it short. With this battle is so interesting, I cannot stop. So what happened? Then battle start. When battle start, as I explained in the verse, that the beginning, end of the Satya Yuga and beginning of Treta Yuga, this battle started, and the Vritrasura was very saintly person. He was the devotee of the Lord. He was so powerful. He could have killed Indra easily, but he couldn't. And then ultimately the battle lasted for, I think, 2-3 years, more than that. And first he was able to chop off his arms, and then he was able to chop off his head. It took him 1 year to chop off his head and all. So that battle took so long, and ultimately what happened, Indra was kind of Indra had doubt on the Thunderbolt. He said, you know what, Vritrasura. He said, maybe this Vajrastra will not kill the Vritrasura. Vritrasura was one. He had full faith in Lordship, and he said, Indra, don't be afraid. Don't doubt on this weapon given by the Supreme Lord. You will be able to kill me, kill me, kill me. And he was encouraging Indra to kill him, because his aim was not to defeat the Indra. His aim was to get merged, get into the lotus feet of the Lordship. And he said, just kill me. And then so many times Indra lost his battle. Indra, he hurted Airavata. He dropped his weapons. So still Vritrasura encouraged him, give him very kind words, encouragement, and he asked him to defeat him. So he did that. And also Indra was kind of still not kind of believing that he can win. But then what happened, Vritrasura was kind of he wanted to get this battle done, because he was so eager to meet Lord Krishna, and he said, I just want to go to Vishnu Lok and be the servant of the Lordship. Then he what he did, Indra chopped off his head. Then he pretended to be dead. So he opened his mouth wide and eat Indra along with his Airavat and all his weapons in his mouth. And everybody thought, okay, this is the end of the battle. Now Indra is done. Vritrasura have swallowed him, so he cannot come back. This is the end of the battle. But Vritrasura, what he did when Indra was inside, he started, meditating, went into samadhi, and he was kind of, meditating. And then taking the advantage of this, Indra used all the cunning trick to, defeat the Vritrasura. then when he was meditating, he did attack on the Vritrasura, and then he came out of Vritrasura along with his due to that weapon he had the thunderbolt, and then um, Indra was kind of out again, and Vritrasura was kind of powerless. But still, he had all power. He could have done. He could have killed Indra, but he didn't do. And then, taking the advantage of this, Indra chop off his head. It took him almost 1 year to chop off Vritrasura's head, and he saw that. He saw that Vritrasura left his subtle body. He emerged his soul with the supreme personality of Godhead, and he left this planet. And he saw that. And after this victory, everyone was praising Indra, but Indra was not happy. He said, "No, I'm not happy. This is not what I want." He got the liberation. He got the merge with the Lordship, and he was again, sad because he killed the Brahmana. So this story is really beautiful. Mataji, can I continue or for a couple of more minutes, or should I stop?
You can continue actually for a couple of minutes.
Thank you. So, so Indra was kind of defeated. Apart from his victory or appearances, he was not happy. Then what he did, he went for atonement. So I was reading, there is a place called Kairava that is 70 kilometers away from the Bangalore. And there is one temple called Amara Narayana, I think so. And that's where the Indra did the atonement, and he stayed there for so many years. And then, meanwhile, some other demigod, I forgot his name, was ruling the Devaloka. And then, who was Vritrasura? I'll put it into the small kind of description. Vritrasura was the king in the previous birth. He was the king named Chitraketu. Chitraketu was the emperor of the kingdom. A kingdom name was I forgot the name. So he was ruling, and he was really good. But one day, what happened? He had, I think, 100,000 of wives, but none of the wives can deliver him the son. So he was so upset that he said, without son, I cannot, do anything. I'll go to hell, and I cannot, pacify my ancestor and all. So he was sad. So knowing this, Angira Muni one time, came to him and, asked him his problem. And then Chitraketu explained that this is what happened. I don't have any son. Then he said, you know what? If you want, I can give you son, but that son will be the cause of your happiness and distress. Then he said, yeah, it's okay. I am okay with that. And then, out of jealousy, other queens got so jealous, and they killed the son. And then king was so upset and all. And then that's how the Chitraketu was kind of ruling. And one day he was, going towards the Sumeru Parvat. And Sumeru Parvat, he saw Lord Shiva giving the discuss to the saintly personalities and brahmacharis. But what he saw, the goddess Parvati was sitting on the Lord Shiva's lap. And he saw that, and he got so disgusted, and he laughed, and he said, how come Indra can do it? And Indra is the Shiva. Shiva means all Shubh. He didn't care about this laugh or anything. He just forgave Chitraketu. But goddess Parvati could not forgive him. And she gave him curse that, you know what, in next birth, you become the demon because you insulted Lord Shiva, and you doubt on him. And that's how the Vritrasura became demon. He was very austere, very good king, but because of his past deed, he criticized the devotee, and he cannot do that. And that's how he become the demon. So here I'll pause. what I have learned that Indra was full of all bad qualities, kama, krodha, lobha, moha, matsya, and the mud. Okay, and with that he got all the bad qualities, like angry, greedy, inclusive, and then he got attached to that, jealous and all. So this is what happened when you don't have trust on the Supreme Personality Godhead, and you are jealous with and you are kind of blind with your appearances. So never be kind of proud on whatever you have, because God always says that ध्यायतो विषयान् स्पुंसः संगस्तो सुपजायते संगत संगत संजयते kama kama krodho bijayate. એટલે attachment is the cause of all the distress. So never do that. And then you know what? Why Vritrasura was liberated? Because God always says that antakale chamameva smaranamutva kalevaram. So he said, whenever you leave your body, you always think about me, and there is no doubt you will be kind of liberated, and you will come to me. So it attained my nature. That's what I learned. And another is कर्मणि गुणे कर्माणि सर्वस्वः Viburatma karta mahimanyate. Indra was so puffed up, and he always think that I am the one who is the doer. I am the one who is the doer, and that's why he was losing the battle. So yeah, that's all I have. Actually, I have so many points, but I could not cover. So thank you so much, and thank you everyone for tolerating me for a long time. Thank you.
Hare Krishna Mataji, very, very beautiful class. Thank you so much. In even a short time, you covered everything, all the main points. Some things that I specifically really liked how your lessons learned, and illustrating through in their story how actually the true attitude towards a guru should be, and how Vritrasura's story was very, very nicely narrated. Vritrasura's prayers actually very deep, intricate prayers. If anyone ever gets a chance, you could go read them. They're one of my favorite prayers and very beautiful prayers. So thank you, Mataji, for covering that. At this point, if anyone has, 1 to 2 people have any common questions, we can take that. You can raise your hand or send either of us a chat in this room.
Thank you so much. Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Radhe, thank you.
Hare Krishna, Sandili Mataji. Very beautifully narrated the story. It was a long, long story, but I could see that you were so engrossed, and I'm sure you must have actually prepared it, read it very well, because it's not easy. I mean, there is many, many incidences here, and that inspires me to go back and read that story again. It's been a long time that I read this story, but now that I heard it again, I want to go back and read it. But it was very nicely narrated. Thank you so much, and very nice to see you presenting. Hari Bol.
Anyone else? Last call for any comments, questions? All right, if not, then we can end tonight's session. Thank you all again for joining. So tomorrow again, Wednesday night, we have our Wednesday Sangha, 8:30 p.m. onwards, same time, same place. And tomorrow's class will be given by His Grace Gopal Govind Prabhuji. So we request everyone to join again tomorrow. Thank you all for joining tonight. Hope you have a good night. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji.
Namo Namah.
Vivo.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna,
Thank you,
Sandili Mataji.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you.
Very nice class.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank
Hare
you.
Krishna. Are you feeling better, Solvi? Are you feeling okay or better?
Yeah, I'm feeling okay.
Yeah.
Mm.
Take a steam.
All right. Okay. Yeah. Thank you so
Hare
much.
Krishna.
And
Hare
again, I
Krishna.
apologize for taking the extra time.
No, thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.